Good morning, students. You are most welcome once again in my series of lectures, Skills for Professional Development. In the last lecture, we had dealt with the difference between soft skills and hard skills. And we had started the communication skills. So, that is interpersonal communication skills. Now let's see the third point of these interpersonal communication skills, and that is most important. What is it? Let the person speak uninterrupted. He should not be or she should not be interrupted. So let them speak uninterrupted in communication. So in most instances, do not interrupt other while they are talking. So it's your time to be quiet. While they are speaking, at the time of their communication, at the time of their talk, you ought to have to be quiet. Keep quiet. So let them speak uninterrupted. So focus on what the next person is saying. What is your duty in communication? Your duty is, your job is, your work is to focus on what the next person is saying and try truly to understand the message they are trying to convey. So it is your time to focus on the message, to focus on the words, and to keep quiet. Listen them carefully. This is the most important point. This is the most important key feature of the interpersonal communication skills. Now let's move ahead. The fourth key point of interpersonal communication skills. What is it? Avoid making presumptions and assumptions. As you know that people have a tendency, it is the common tendency of a person or people to make assumptions when they are missing a piece of information. Why you have missed a piece of information? Because in communication, when the earlier person or the person with whom you are communicating, he talked about a certain kind of message or information, you either interrupted that person or you never ever focused on the message given by that person. So don't do it. So don't do this thing, because it will create a gap between the communication and you will miss the major information, important information, or the message of that communication. So instead of asking questions when we don't know something, if you are unaware about the information, if you are not having any idea about the content of the message, don't repetitively ask question to the speaker. Listen to him carefully. So don't know something, we jump to conclusions. What do we do generally? We jump to the conclusion if we are not having a proper information or knowledge of the content of conversation. That is communication. So however, presumptions and assumptions, these are the two major obstacles in communication. If you are having presumptions and assumptions about the speaker, there is less possibility of your understanding that message. So presumptions and assumptions derail communications. It distracts communication. It destroys the basic motto of communication. And making them is an easy way of being labeled as an effective communicator. So it may happen with you or me. If the next person is repetitively asking me a question and if he is not getting the content or the information, what exactly I want to convey to them, they could simply blame me that I am not a good communicator. So avoid these two things in interpersonal communication skills. The first is avoid presumptions and second is avoid assumptions. Then the next point is be truthful. Truthfulness is most important, most essential, most obligatory part of any sort of communication. So always be honest in your interactions with other. So you ought to have to be honest in all sorts of communication, whether it is personal communication or professional communication. One must be truthful, one must be honest. So this strengthens. How does it help in communication or to build up an interpersonal relationship, a good rapport with others? So these quality or this skill, truthfulness, it strengthens your relationships and establishes your integrity. How does it help? It helps to develop a good relationship and it also establishes your integrity. So even telling a small lie, usually we think that a small lie cannot going to be a problem to the other one, or it is not going to disturb the situation, or it is not going to disturb the relationship between me and other. But yes, it is definitely. So even telling a small lie can put you at a risk of being labeled a liar. People will call you a liar. So which could damage your reputation and reduce the tendency. It will definitely damage your reputation as a good firm, as a good company, as a good human being, as a good person. It will damage your reputation if you are lying. So maintain this thing. Always follow the truthfulness. Always be honest with your words. So reduce the tendency for others to trust you. So people will never trust you, and they will definitely declare you as a liar. So be truthful, be honest, try to be always truthful in all occasions of the life, especially in case of interpersonal communication skills. Thank you so much.